covering my marker lines. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Now, I've still got quite a bit of orange, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and use what I have. I'm going to go this way because it will get me the farthest, and use this, you know, this length that I have as economically as possible. And I'm using this to go back over that first one a little bit. That helps to tie down that end piece. And I'm going to end it to where I can tuck my end over here. I wait until I'm really, you know what, and that scissor is really bothering me, so I'm going to get her scissor. Hopefully these are better. I get really close, but I always, if you're going to air, you want to air more, you know, have a little bit more left over, because it's easy to tuck it back in. But I want to get, so don't cut your yarn too soon, because if you do, then you're going to have to add more, and you may not like how, like when I was doing my goddess last night, using a thinner yarn, it is harder to tuck in additional yarn if you have to add it. When you're using a thicker yarn like this, it's easier, it's just more forgiving. You can stop and start adding pieces where need be, and you really can't tell where you stopped and you started, generally. So what I'm doing here is I'm making sure that I try to tuck this on under the blue of her petal as best I can to hide the fact that that's an end there. Okay, so that takes me a little bit of time. And then I'm going to go back over it, just make sure that it's tacked down. Okay, well, that's how she's looking so far. And then I'm going to finish the rest of her face. I'll start over here, and you see what I've done, I've left it where it kind of overlaps the green, and then I'm going to tuck it under. Careful not to, like I said, careful not to have my needle at too much of an angle, because that's when you can break it. The ends, that's where it takes a little bit longer, but not really. Not really. And I'm just using my needle there to tuck it down. And if I want to, I can even go over, like poke it through the green, and that helps too, to hide that line. Okay? Alright, and then I finish her face, making sure I don't just covering my lines. So if you choose to do this little project, I hope that you will share what you do, share your projects on my Facebook page, Sincerest Kimba, facebook.com, Sincerest Kimba, S-I-N-C-E-R-E-S-T, Kimba, K-I-M-B-A. There's a link below. Show me what you do. I love this art because for so many reasons, but you can really let your individuality show, your creativity in an easy way. It's relaxing, it's inexpensive. I could go on and on. Probably going on and on too much. But I do love this. I love doing this. That's the outline of her. And then I'm going to do, next I got to do her facial features. Now this is the part, we'll see how this goes, because this is thicker yarn. And sometimes what I've done, let me go get that real quick. Sometimes what I've done is I don't even use yarn. Let's see where that piece is. This was used, I used the same yarn to do this one. Was it? Except for her, I guess I added some red. Okay. But you see on her face, I drew it, but then I only put her lips on there. Okay, so you can do whatever you want. But I knew with this yarn it's pretty thick, and so I chose not to fill it in, and I'm wondering if I should do that here. But let's see, how would this color go with that? No, I really don't want to. I don't want to go there. All right, let's see how we do. I'm going to do her eyebrows in, I like that green color. I'm going to use that green. So I'm going to do her eyebrows in green. And I don't need much. And I don't want to cut it too soon, so I'm going to leave it intact. And just, I'm going to overshoot the line where I started. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on this. Okay, so because this is thick, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So you saw I just ripped that out. I am going to separate this so that I have the color that I need, but I don't have too much of it. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just splitting it apart. And I'm going to use one side on one eyebrow and one side on the other. So that's how I am working that one. Okay? And still that may be too much, but if it is, I'll cut it off. Okay, so now, because I don't want it to look like she's got these crazy bushy eyebrows. I don't want her facial features to be too heavy. Okay, yeah, I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to cut off some more of that. Okay? So that I don't have too much. So of all the parts that are tricky on this, it's the facial features. But we're going to get through it. And I'm taking that out to the orange. Okay, so there's that one. And then what I'm doing, I'm twisting it up a little bit so that because when I took it apart, started to try to get those scissors away from me. I need Dale to sharpen those. Okay, let's just twist it up so you get that shape back. All right, and then let's see if I can get this one on there nicely. I'm happy with the other one. Because to me, the face is going to make it or break it. I love all the flowies, but I want her to have a pretty face. Okay, and I'm going to cut off the excess. Okay. These scissors are a Harbor Freight special. I think they were free. Coupon. I love that store. Dale buys his tools there. I've bought some of my tools there too, but I love their scissors. They're 99 cents, even without a coupon, I think. Okay, yeah, that's looking good. I like that. All right, let me show you what I got here. So that was splitting it in half. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of her as well. So let's see. I'll do the. I think I'll do her eyes in yellow so that they show up. No, that's not generally a color I would use for eyes, but we're getting creative, and I'm sticking with this color palette. I'm just carefully pulling it apart. Okay, and then twist it back. Yeah, one of these will do it, really. So I'm going to cut this in half, and that way I know I've got it exact, but it doesn't have to be exact, but that I need about the same amount on both sides, so that's how I'm playing it. Okay, and then twist it back up just to get your yarn back together. Cut off the little end a little bit, whatever stragglies you've got. And now, so if anything's going to be allowed to be puffier, I don't mind if her her eyelashes are, because I think big eyelashes are nice anyway. But the lips,